Hi, welcome to Franklin County Business of Professional Women's monthly get-together. Today I am honored to be here to talk to the women who are behind the Women's We Can Expo. So if we could start by introducing one another, that would be terrific. Do you want to start, Danielle?
Hi, I'm Danielle Martell. I'm a nurse at Mousetrap Pediatrics and a commissioner on the Vermont Commission on Women.
And I'm Marilyn Grunwald, and I'm a retired educator and on many boards in the community.
And I will introduce myself. I'm Hope Bacchus with Body Soul Spa and School, and I am also president of Franklin County Business of Professional Women.
I'm Joy Choquette, and I'm a communications and writing specialist and also a novelist.
I'm Lisa Callan. I'm a customer service rep at Superior Technical Ceramics, and I am the secretary for BPW as well.
So ladies, let's get right into it. What made you decide to have a women's expo here in Franklin County?
Well, actually, it started with Lisa Callan, who's sitting over here, that I met at the Women's Expo in Burlington, and we talked, and she said, why can't we do something like this in Franklin County? And then in the meantime, Hope and I were talking about the same sort of thing, and so Lisa and I and Hope got together a year ago and started to plan all of this, and this will be our second year. We expanded our committee to 4 or 5 other women at the time, and some of us are still here, and we have some new people that are working with us, like Joy.
Can you believe, though, that actually it has been 2 years since we first got together? It doesn't seem like that, does it?
It's actually
It
probably
does.
been more than that.
Yeah.
We've been talking
working
for a long time.
At
We
least 3 year time span, I think.
Yeah, we
working
did.
on
We
this.
spent a whole year talking about what was it going to be like. We looked at it in a very different way than the expo in Burlington. We wanted it to be more professional development for women. Yeah. We wanted to bring women together in the community, the surrounding communities, Chittenden, Lamoille County, Franklin County, to network with each other, to get to know each other, to share their skills. At the same time, we had a little bit of what they have in Burlington, where we have vendors. This year we have about 22 or 23 vendors, hoping for more. We still have 2 more weeks. So it's basically all about professional development for women. This year's theme is basically on transition, helping women build self-esteem.
I think our passion was really about empowering women and about being able to mentor other women who have been in a transition situation, and we wanted to be able to reach out and do something of service to help them. And the Women's We Can Expo came together under that umbrella and with that passion from all of us.
Right. And I think we also want to try to focus on younger women that are really just, trying to find their way in life and are looking for some direction and hoping to make some connections for them and show them some of the options that might be out there for them and some choices that they have.
So one of the, we've got a couple of what I think, we have 3 parts to the day, and I consider them all highlights. The first is we have Madeline Kunin, who is the former governor and first woman or female governor in the state of Vermont, as our keynote speaker. Madeline also was the Deputy Secretary of Education, and that's where I first met her as an educator when she was down in Washington, D.C. She was also the ambassador to Switzerland, I believe, under the Clinton administration. Mm-hmm. And she's just a wonderful woman. She's down to earth. She's a Vermont woman, even though she was born in Switzerland and immigrated to the United States with her family. But we just feel very fortunate to be able to have her as our keynote speaker. And she'll be talking about her 2 books, and they will be on sale, and she will be signing them. As well. We're going to have a book signing. We're hoping Joy's going to have a book signing too.
Yeah, I think that's really, really exciting that Madeline Cunin is going to have a book
Yeah.
signing at our expo.
Yeah.
That's terrific.
And somebody needs to talk about the panel discussion we've planned.
Yes. Who has been in charge of those
Sandy
panel
Mayotte.
Sandy and myself, actually, but I thought maybe one of the rest of you would like to talk about it. Actually, Sandy couldn't be here this afternoon, but the two of us have been working on it, and we have two groups of women. We have very young women just starting out in their careers, and then we have women that have been out there for a long time working, and we're going to be talking about self-esteem, women transitioning, the belief that women are always transitioning from their whole lives. Not that men aren't, but I don't know, women seem to be more in transition, is my belief, than I've seen men in transition. So we will have Liz Gamache, the mayor. Mayor Liz Gamache is going to be our moderator again this year. She did a terrific job last year, really excellent. And then we're going to do something a little differently. When we're all finished, we're going to break up into groups, and the people on the panel are going to lead a discussion on very focused questions. And then when we're finished, we'll do a little reporting out, and then we'll email them to all the participants, the result of it.
Nice. That's a part that I'm really looking forward to. And I was so honored to be asked to speak on the panel and be included. But I'm excited about the panel portion, but also the after part where we're going to have time to actually interact with. So then it's not such a spectator kind of sport. We're all going to get
Everybody
together and
gets to
exchange
talk.
ideas and ask questions.
It's going to make it very interactive, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially, we should definitely mention the fact that the questions that Sandy has come up with for the breakout sessions have to do with Vermont Working Women's their Enough Said report that came out about about the financial literacy and about peer aggression and how to help girls transition from school age to going to college to getting into the workforce, and how to help that transition be better. So that tied really nicely into what our theme was this year. But I definitely think that's worth
It's excellent.
discussing for a moment.
And you're going to have copies of the report there. Yeah, the other thing I think that's really important, there'll be some tables or vendors that are there that may not necessarily have people to man them that day. And one of them is the Vermont Commission on Women, which, well, Danielle, you're on that commission, so you will be, able to do that. BPW and
BPW will also have a table. And
also have a table.
we
and
actually have
then,
a lot of organizations this year, not just like vendors selling things. We had a lot of sponsors. We had a lot of sponsors that were not actual like companies that sell things, which was really nice to have that added dimension that I think was kind of missing from the Expo in Burlington. It was more of a selling type thing. This is about selling and information and personal and professional growth.
Helping guide people.
That was nice.
Yeah.
And the other organization that's going to be part of the Expo is Delta Kappa Gamma, which is an organization of distinguished educators. And they will also be there and have a table. We have a grant pending for them. Hopefully we'll know before the Expo on Saturday. That's what we're pushing for.
I think it's important to mention and to reach out into our own community. If you know of a woman, a young woman, who would like to come in and listen to the forum and be part of it and interact with it, and who is in transition, please let them know, because that's what we're here for. So,
And it's free.
I was
and
going to say, it's free admission.
Free admission, open to the public, and we're doing that so we don't keep anyone away. And actually, when we first started this last year, our keynote speaker said, "I'll come for free if you don't charge women to come in," and so that was kind of our tradition.
Yeah. It's nice that we're able to continue that and allow people to come for free.
And the other really important thing is that we're raising money for Miss Vermont Scholarship Inc. And both Miss Vermont and Miss Outstanding Teen will be there, and we'll have the opportunity to speak and talk about their organization and what it's done for them.
I definitely think it's worth mentioning the fact that a full list of our sponsors is available on our website, womenwecan.com.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of really great people this year that stepped up from the community, and not just from
True.
Franklin County, but from surrounding areas too, that were very interested in what was going on and our theme for the year. So our website has all of their logos and links to their websites as well.
Yeah.
And we have a list, correct, of all of the vendors too. So, you know, if people want to know
What's available?
what's
it's all on the
available for
website.
shopping, it is on the website.
Yep, it's all on the website. Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And I've had a couple of people ask me if pre-registration is required. And
It's not required,
Okay.
but it's kind of nice. We kind of had an idea of how much like food we could have. The Clean Spoon, Amanda Lease, is doing lunch. She'll be providing lunch for a small cost, but if anybody's ever had her food, you know it's well worth it.
Yeah, it's definitely.
So we wanted to kind of give her an idea about how many meals to prepare. So it's not required, but it'd be really nice. It's just a quick check mark on the website and your email address. So it's not like a long drawn out process, but it'd be nice to kind of have an idea of how many people will be present.
Yeah, we also needed that to order the books that Madeline Cunin wrote as well. So it would be nice. I don't know how many people have registered on the website. Have you had a lot, or?
We haven't had too many of them. We can see the traffic that's coming through the website, and a lot of people are browsing through the site, but a lot of people aren't pre-registering. So, but it'd be nice if people did. Registration opens at 8, so that's a good thing to keep in mind as well.
So do we want to talk about the workshops that are going to be that day? I think that's probably my favorite part, are the workshops that we're going to have in the afternoon starting at 1:30, I believe.
Yes.
Okay.
Starting at
You
1:30.
should start by talking about yours.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to yours. I went to yours last
I
year,
did
and it was
too.
awesome.
I know.
I thought you did a great job last year, and I'm really looking forward to seeing it again this year.
I am. I'm looking forward to, you know, the name of it is about, you know, your authentic voice as a woman, and it's one of my very favorite topics. So it's going to be a ton of fun. And I believe the workshop is about an hour and a half. And so talking to women about their authentic voice and really giving that wings and giving them space to honor who they are and coming from a place of who they are and being okay with that is really something I'm passionate about. So that's a little brief idea about what I'll be talking about that day.
And you can tell, look at how enthusiastic you are about just talking about it.
I can't wait to get started on her.
That's great.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get
That's a
started.
good energy. That's
It's a great workshop.
Yes, I cannot wait to do it.
Yeah, I'm also looking forward to the social networking and how to excel in my professional life. I don't tend to use it in a business way, so I'm looking forward to kind of learning the do's and don'ts and what you should do and how to go about doing it to
Right,
kind
and
of enhance your
Elizabeth
business.
Malone, who is executive director of the public access station, is going to be our speaker.
Yeah, so I'm definitely looking forward to hearing from her.
And she is a good speaker. Do you want to?
Right. I could talk a little bit about the Empowerment 101 from Confused to Confident is being done by Christine Hammer from SCORE. I know that I've heard her speak, well not her, but I've heard a lot of SCORE's talks that they've done at other expos and at the Leahy's conference last year that was really well done. And I'm lucky enough to be putting together the program, so I got to read their biographies, and some of these ladies have done some amazing things, and she's held some great jobs and done a lot of great stuff, like volunteer work as well that she does. A lot of SCORE, all of SCORE stuff is volunteer, I'm pretty sure.
Nice.
That they do, and they help women who are trying to transition into starting their own business and how to grow their small businesses from transitioning like from their home to maybe opening up an office and how to get from point A to point B. So I'm very excited to see that, to hear her speak as well.
And then Pamela Easterday, who is a professional right here in St. Albans, is going to be leading the workshop, which I believe is called Stress Less. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. Which is perfect because Pam is a meditation coach. She leads meditation classes, and she also does one-on-one counseling with individuals who want to live a more calm peaceful life and maybe have some space to open their wings and see what changes they can make. So she's going to be great.
I think they're all going to be
I
great.
know they
It's
are. It's
going to be
gonna
hard
be
to
hard
pick
to
one to go to.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good problem to have, though.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. And I think the important thing, if you think about what these ladies have said, is they describe the workshops. It's really all about self-esteem and women feeling good about themselves. And something that I've been reading an awful lot about recently is the whole topic of why is it so much more difficult for a woman to move up in the corporate world than it is for a man? Why is it difficult for women to develop that self-confidence, that self-esteem? And that's what we're trying, I mean, that's really the theme of what we're trying to do this year.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's important sometimes to reach out to younger women who have been through some of the similar things that we have been through, especially with confidence, and to look at them and to be in eye contact and say, I believe in you. And by the way, you are important. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what the breakout sessions come up with, some solutions to some of these problems.
Yeah.
Definitely nice to hear the brainstorming
So-
and discussion.
The other thing that's kind of exciting this year, last year we were at the St. Albans Historical Museum, and it really wasn't big enough for us. We were very, very crowded there. We, had some difficulty with space for workshops. This year we're going to be up at BFA, and we can have up to 50 vendor tables. And the reason I'm mentioning this is that some of the literature out there says closing date August 15th. If there's still people out there that would like to have a table, we still have plenty of room. We probably should know early next week, because we have to let the people up at the high school know the arrangement of the tables and how many tables we're going to need. And we, there are lots of reasons why we really need to know as quickly as possible, but I think it's important for people to know that we still do have room up there, and we have that capability, which is just terrific as we continue to grow.
Also, the sooner we have their information, the sooner that we can advertise for them.
Right.
I mean, it
Yeah,
doesn't do them
definitely
much
put
good
them
to
on
put
our
their
website.
Yeah, they're on our website, on our programs, stuff like that. After we print those, you know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
It's like they missed out on that. So
Right.
And I think the other thing is there are some really big important contributors to all of this. One person I wanted to mention was Doug Watson from Watson Signs in Enosburg. He's making the banner for us that we're going to hang across Main Street. Derringer, Northwest Medical Center, ladies, please.
UPS store.
UPS
very
made our
helpful.
posters for us.
Yeah.
Hope
They're great.
funded our radio ads this
Yeah,
year, so
yeah.
she was a big sponsor and a big help with that.
Sandy Mayat funded hanging the sign across Main Street.
Yeah, and the city of St. Albans also gave us half price to do that,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
they're
so-
certainly trying to work with us to make it possible too.
I mean, people seem to believe in what we're doing. Now, I don't know, I don't have all of that in front of me.
That's why they have to go to the website and check it
I have to
out.
go to the website. I know there's some
BPW fund did the website. BPW's that was their sponsorship for the year.
Right. And
gonna
I'm
mention
hoping for a
something I
nice
forgot.
contribution from DKG to the Delta Kappa Gamma
Right.
as well.
I think an important piece to mention too is that our expo is an expo because we do have the vendors, so people can shop all day, and that's really a very fun part of the entire day.
Yeah.
So it's important to know that our vendors are a big part of the event.
Oh, and speaking of shopping, we don't want to forget the silent auction, which
Oh,
will be going
exactly.
on throughout the event. And we've got some very nice gifts and service certificates coming in. So there will be a silent auction set up. I think we're doing it in this small hallway
Yeah.
on the back
Yeah.
where the
Behind the
classrooms are. Yeah.
Workshops. Yep.
Yes. So there were some really great donations last year. I was just going through all of last year's forms, and we've got some more really cool gifts this year. So that'll be
That's
fun.
great.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
And we're hoping we'll make even more money than we made last year to donate to Miss Vermont Scholarship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
I think we're definitely on the road to doing that.
I think so too. I'm very, very excited. I'm very excited the variety of people that are not only going to be vendors there, but the variety of people that have helped us out this year.
Yeah.
Just amazing. The community, and it hasn't been just here in St. Albans.
Right.
You know, it's been several other places.
Yeah. Well, I think they realized that we were coming from such a heart-centered, passionate place with wanting to reach out and mentor young ladies, and making an expo around that passion. I think, you know, people see that and really support what we're doing.
I agree.
I think that's already a success all in itself.
True.
Right.
Definitely
Yeah.
think
So
that
we
was
have people interested in and wanting to help
Right,
and believing
yeah.
in, you know, what we're trying to do.
And people really liked what we did last year.
Yeah.
And I really want to see as many women there as possible who really are truly in transition, who do not know what it is, what is the next step. Do I want to continue my education? Do I actually want to continue in a career? What do I want to do? And I think it's really important that those women come in for that day, because those are the ones we really want
It's
to
just,
reach.
yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yeah,
it's
it
gonna
will
be
be
a
a fun
blast.
day.
Yeah, the committee is very excited.
Yes.
Very excited about
definitely.
it. Yeah.
So, our last question. At the end of the day of the expo, what would you like to see and consider a success of the day?
Want to see our vendors being busy and all day long, if at all possible. I'd like to know that we've made a connection with even just a handful of women. If we've reached out and really have been able to help a couple of people, I think that'll be successful.
Yeah.
And I would say ditto, success for our vendors, good attendance, people laughing and having fun and supporting each other, because it's really meant to be a fun day.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Personally, if I feel like I'm empowered and I leave with, you know, different contacts for different companies and organizations in the community, and I leave a workshop feeling like I learned something that could help me personally and professionally, then it was definitely a successful day, you know, for myself personally. But from a committee standpoint, I think seeing that aha moment on everybody's face when they leave, when they're walking out the door and they are glowing, that we did something right.
Right.
Absolutely.
I think you've all summed it up beautifully. I think just that connection, even among people between like workshops or just meeting up or maybe sharing lunch together, maybe they hadn't known each other when they came in, but then they get to know new people and just forming relationships that could end up bringing them somewhere either professionally or personally in the future.
Yeah, you absolutely never know who you're going to meet and how that's going to change something in the future in your life.
and
And
that's
that's exactly what we're hoping happens.
And I will say, when I go off to workshops and conferences, that's probably one of the most important things to me, you know, the connections that I make. And I hope women make lots of new connections.
Definitely saw that last year, and we're hoping that with the increase in number of vendors and different, you know, varieties of vendors, that we're going to have even more of those connections.
Thank you very much. From Franklin County Business of Professional Women, I'm Hope Bacchus, and we really appreciate that you were here with us.